All right, it is day 4, and today was a scheduled 4 easy miles, which is a 7:30 to 8-minute pace. It's the 4th of July. I'm at the in-laws house, and we're gonna be on the boat all day. So I did one extra mile. I've been trying to pretty much stick to the plan, but you also got to use logic. Like if I'm going to be sitting on a boat all day, I'm not going to get much time on my legs outside of this morning. So that's the reason for the little cherry on top there. My running thought this morning, one thing that's super cool about running is that it doesn't require much. I mean, you don't even need a shirt. You just need a pair of shoes, and you don't even need asphalt. You just need the ground in front of you. So at my in-laws here, they live in a super nice neighborhood, but it's very small. So I just had to run like, I don't know, 25, 30 laps around the neighborhood. Got kind of boring, but the cool thing is, where I was going with that is, if you have a goal to run more, if you don't do it, you are literally just creating an excuse. There's a lot of excuses out there, and almost all of them are valid. But there's hardly any reasons that should hold you back from getting out and running if you set your mind to it. All right, not sure what is planned for tomorrow, but had some small wins yesterday. We were on the boat all day and went out to eat, just drinking food that's not the best for your body. I was able to make all the right decisions. Stuck with my water, and when we went out, stuck with grilled food, vegetables. So feeling good this morning. And it's little wins like that, when you're chasing a goal that is stretching you this much, that I think kind of create the turning point. I think it's less about that individual decision but more so about how that one little decision kind of compounds into other areas where you start to miss. So had I decided to have multiple drinks, or not eat very well, stay up too late, probably wouldn't have been out here. So not only would I have had that setback yesterday, I would have been set back today. But we're still on track. All right, hope everybody has a blessed 4th. Pew! What's up, everybody? So just wrapped up day 6. Today was the first tempo run. I'm still traveling. So still a little bit thrown off, but making it work. So today's run was a 3-mile warm-up, 15-minute tempo run, 1 mile cool down. So the tempo run was supposed to be at like anywhere from like 80 to 95% effort, or 90% effort of the mile pace. So for me, that was programmed 6:05 to 6:15. I came in a little slow. It's probably on average closer to like 6:20. Speed is going to be a tough thing for me. I've run so many miles over the years, just not that fast. So I've just got to kind of adjust how that feels on my body and just, I guess, reset my baseline. My legs are a little bit toast too. Went too hard on them yesterday. Did way too many lunges. So I can definitely dial that in. My back hurts a little bit. So tomorrow is a long run, and then week 1 is officially in the books. So going into week 2, the things I can definitely improve on are, I need to work on speed, maybe not training my legs so hard, and then just pushing a little bit harder as I'm doing these faster pace runs, because I know that's where I need to improve. And then stretching. I did not stretch once this week, if I'm being 100% honest. So everything else was pretty dialed in. I didn't miss a workout. Nutrition was good. Made all the right decisions. I could probably hydrate a little bit better. but totally biggest room for improvement is stretching. So that will be that'll be what I try to dial in next week. Pro tip: I am traveling. Where I'm staying, it's not very well lit. Feels a little bit sketchy running out on the main roads. So I couldn't find a track anywhere. But one thing I've done in the past, and it panned out great this time around as well, is if you find like a grocery store parking lot, they're typically pretty large. Like one lap around is normally around a quarter of a mile, and they're well lit. So this morning I went to Kroger and just treated it like a track. It was it's entertaining. You get to see everybody show up for their shift. You feel safe. There's typically like a bank in the parking lot. People look at you a little bit crazy, but another very convenient part about it is if you time it right, the store opens up at 6, and you can be the first one to slide in there, get your breakfast, and your day's off to a really solid start. All right. Looking forward to tomorrow's long run on these tired legs, and looking forward to wrapping up week 1. All right, have a great day. Good morning. All right, so we are officially into week 2. Lost track of days at this point, but it's Tuesday. Monday was a rest day. It's actually really nice. I typically don't take rest days, but to be transparent, like my body has felt pretty beat. I think it's a combination of, I'm not just running, I'm lifting. So that's, it definitely limits recovery. I don't know if it's the best thing. Well, I know it's not the most optimal thing, but I am sacrificing some performance from a running standpoint to maintain more muscle than I would otherwise. Today was 6 easy miles. Really did not feel great. Easy miles, 7:45 to 8 minutes. I think I probably ran around 7:50. So I seem to keep landing like right in the middle. Not too much has changed since my last video. It's just, sticking with the same diet. I haven't changed anything there. I'm kind of bouncing back and forth. I run and lift fasted. So I wake up at around 3 or 3:30. I do drink pre-workout. Then I, do some work. And then I come and do my run and workout. When I get home, I, prepare breakfast for the kids and Kylie. And then shower. And then we come down and eat as a family. So most of the time, I'm not eating until 7:15, 7:30. I'm between 7 and 7:30. And so how long is that? That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Almost like 4 hours after I wake up. So with as much as I'm doing in the morning, I might play around with eating a little bit. Maybe like some oatmeal or something. See how that does. But I do eat really heavy at night. And I eat basically up until I fall asleep. So my thought process has always been that what I eat at night can kind of drive me through. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'm about to get hit by a car, so I'm gonna walk over here. The toughest part about the training thus far is the speed. Again, I know I mentioned it in the last video, but I'm already like feeling some sense of like anxiousness about having to run as fast as the training plan has me running. But gotta do it. I'm not gonna miss. So I'm fired up. More to come. Keep you posted. Pew! All right. Week 2. This morning I had my second interval session. Golly, those stress me out. I'm not gonna lie. Like I start thinking about them the night before, and yeah, that pace is tough. It's an intimidating one. I have to run, when I run an interval pace, I'm running between 5:30 and 5:45, which is I know I've mentioned it, but it's pretty fast for me. Hopefully that starts to become a little bit easier. But I'm doing it. You know, this morning was a 1 mile warm up, and then it was a 4x3 at interval pace. So that's 4 sets at 3 minutes, or 4 sets of 3 minutes at interval pace, and then a 2-minute cool down or rest period in between each of those sets, and then a 2 mile cool down. So I'll pop up the stats, but I think, going off of memory, I think like my warm ups and my cool downs or my rest periods were around 7 minutes and 15 seconds, probably, like on average. And then the intervals, I did well. I ran at 5:30, so I'm happy with that. But that 5:30 does not feel light by any means. It's pretty tough. One thing that I've realized is I don't know anything about anything when it comes to heart rate, or really any of the like scientific stuff behind running. I don't know. I feel like that's somewhat of a blessing and somewhat of a curse. So, you know, looking at the heart rate data really means nothing to me. I hear people talking about threshold and things like that, and, you know, it's not really anything that I necessarily understand. So maybe I should do a little bit more research around that and kind of understand where my heart rate is at during some of these faster periods, to see hypothetically how sustainable that pace is, if heart rate is the true indicator of it. And I'm going, heart rate isn't accurate right on your wrist, so I think I need to take everything with a grain of salt. But I mean, I guess the flip side of that is sometimes ignorance is bliss. Like, sometimes I don't really know if I am pushing my body to its limit, and maybe because of that, I'm more prone to continue to push through rather than pulling back knowing I'm at my limit. Things are going well though. I'm excited. So given that we're halfway through week 2, that means I have 5.5 more weeks of training like this. I think I'm going to be able to do it. I was thinking about the actual race this morning, and there's really just no controlling who shows up. So the last thing I want to do is kind of get there and measure everybody up and, you know, assess them and think how fast they're going to run, and, you know, think and look at everybody and basically be like, I have to beat that person, I have to beat that person, I have to beat that person. So I mean, even as early as today, I started kind of like envisioning myself at the race, just at the start line, focusing on myself and trusting in the time that I'm putting in, and trusting in the process, and knowing that I've done what I can do, and it's time to just perform and really push my body to its limit. And if I do all that and I push my body to its limit, and it's not enough, or I bonk, then that's okay. You know, I know that I've done everything that I can do. So I'm excited. Excited to see where I land after 5.5 more weeks of training like this. I don't think I'll ever feel super confident, because I think that's a pretty uncomfortable pace for a lot of people, but we will see how it goes. I'll keep you posted. Got another full day of work, running home now, gonna shower, get breakfast ready. My favorite part of the day, honestly, is eating breakfast with Kylie and the kids. And then it's actually my dad's birthday today. So the kids and Kylie are gonna go get to hang out at the pool. And then we're all going to celebrate Pops tonight. It'll be a good day. It'll be a little bit longer of a day. It means tomorrow morning will come a little bit quicker than normal. All right, hope everybody has a great day. Pew! What's up? It is Thursday of week 2. Just finished my session. saw it was running wise, it was 6 easy miles. I threw some hills in there. The race that I'm running is pretty flat, really flat, I think. I don't know the exact course, but so I figured that can only help. Trained a little bit of legs, a little bit of shoulders. I just like keep running out of time. Like from a lifting standpoint, I really don't have that much time, maybe 30, 35 minutes, but really all I've been trying to do is just make sure I hit some of the core lifts for each muscle group. I really need to start throwing in some more core work. Still not stretching. I don't know how long I'm going to continue to put that off. I've done it occasionally, but not like I should be doing. This morning felt good. Felt really slow initially, but just kind of started to push through. And as I got towards the end of my run, it picked up. Man, you know what? I've complained for quite a while that I struggle to get connected, like in the running community and everything. And this morning I ran past a group of guys. I mean, it had to be like 30 of them. And they weren't running quite fast enough. I wanted to try to stick with the programming. But in hindsight, I'm like, God, like what? Who knows? You never know when you're going to meet your next best friend. And, you know, if there's a group of guys out there running at 5:30 in the morning, they've got some sort of motivation, and those are the type of people I like to be. I like to surround myself by or with. So I think it's a Thursday thing for them. Maybe next Thursday I'll, as I'm running by, I'll hop in, hit a mile with them or something and say, hey, you know what? I am going to. I'm not going to fear being the weirdo that hops into a run. Yeah, super excited about the progress that's being made. I think it's slow, but I do. Man, everybody's out running today. I love it. These guys, killers. Yeah, excited about the progress. It's slow right now, but I do feel like I'm incrementally getting a little bit better, which is exciting. Tomorrow I've got I think my tempo run, which is an easy run with a time block sprinkled in that is close to, that I think is at like race pace. So that should be a good one. Full day of it. You guys know the drill. Get home, shower, breakfast with the kids, and then grind all day from a real estate standpoint. All right, see you tomorrow.